Am I the asshole for receiving an inheritance given to my mom who passed away? Not in the us. My mom recently passed in an accident. A few weeks ago I got a letter from a lawyer saying I am given a house and some money, low six-figure USD, in my mom's stead. When my dad passed when I was 15, my mom and I moved. We managed to buy smallest house in a nice neighborhood. Our next door neighbor was Ella, now 62, who lived alone. She was divorced and her 2 children lived several hours away. Ella and my mom were fast friends and they worked in the same building until Ella's retirement, different companies. I knew they hung out often, though I was usually busy with my own things. I was often playing the errand girl, dropping and picking things up between our houses. Ella's children visited every New Year and they were cordial with us. I got a scholarship for university overseas and since then didn't visit much. I learned that Ella's health was bad and she was often in and out of the hospital. I took a break from grad school and visited my mom in November. She got into a car accident a week after I went back. She clung to life for several days before leaving me forever. I am still grieving even as I have to settle all her affairs. I'm her only relative, so naturally I inherited all she had. I also learned Ella passed a few days before my mom in the hospital. Ella's lawyer reached out to me, saying Ella left the house she lived in and money for my mom in her will. Her children got her other properties and more money. Because my mom passed, as her next of kin, I am to inherit Ella's house and money. Ella's children reached out to me. They said though I have the right to the inheritance, I should relinquish because I am almost nothing to Ella. They are okay with my mom receiving the inheritance because she has been an active part in Ella's life. They said it's greedy of me if I decide to take the inheritance. I think back of all the nice things my mom did for Ella over the years. Ella would want my mom to live a comfortable life, and I'm sure my mom would want that money allotted for her to help take care of me. Still, I wonder if I'm for receiving the inheritance intended for my mom just because I'm next of kin with no special connection to Ella herself. Not the asshole, it's intended for your mom. There's no way the money will ever return to Ella's children after your mom takes her share, so it's not like they lose out. My condolences for her passing, and please use the money to live a happy life like your mom intends for you. Not the asshole. The only greedy ones here are them. I am truly sorry for your loss and also their loss. However, Ella wanted your mom to have it. And therefore, you would have inherited it anyways down the line. Unfortunately, that came sooner than expected. Accept the house and money because Ella wanted your mom and as an extension you to have it. They can go kick rocks. Not the asshole, her children were remembered in Ella's will, with properties and cash. I really wouldn't give this too much thought. She left it to your mum and you were left everything from your mum. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. Your mother was in the will and so are you. If the house has any special meaning for the children, you could consider to not accept this. But you don't have to refuse anything of this. Your mother had a good heart and was friends with Ella. And if your mother would have passed away a year after Ella, it would be still the same constellation. You would get the things Ella would have left for your mother. If the children are unreasonable, only talk about this through a lawyer. Not the asshole, how do her children know you are almost nothing to Ella? They visited once a year. Petty me would point this out to them. Take the gift that Ella gave you, live every day making her your mum proud. Not the asshole. Ella's family are being greedy. It was left to your mom with the clear expectation that it became your mother's property to use as she saw fit. It would always have been left to you either partially or in its entirety. Ella's family have not been left unprovided for. You are entitled to what is yours. Not the asshole, it's yours by right. That's all there is to it. You are not the asshole for receiving the inheritance, as it was legally designated to your mom, and you are her next of kin. It seems Ella valued your mom's presence in her life, which justifies the bequest. Ultimately, the decision is yours, but it's important to honor the wishes expressed in the will and recognize your mom's connection to Ella. Not the asshole. I'm so sorry for your loss. You should accept Ella's gift of home and money in the spirit in which it was intended and given. The woman felt bonded to your mother and you are the extension of that deep bond. It sounds like the lady took care of her children, so you can feel confident that you are the correct recipient and disregard further calls contact after you've offered your condolences via their attorney. Not the asshole. It's your money and house now. Enjoy it. Not many people get this blessed in life and maybe you have great karma. Not the asshole. I am so sorry for your loss. Ella did leave part of her money to your mother with no conditions on how she would have spent it or who she would in turn leave it to. Do not speak to them regarding anything. Let the attorney handle everything. It's hilarious that they are calling you greedy when they are the ones asking for money that was given to someone else. Follow the wording of the will. It's what the deceased wanted. Deaths always bring out the worst of some people when money is involved. If Ella intended for your mom to live in that house, she could have set it up as a rent-free space. I'd imagine it rather obvious to her that she'd expect your mom to pass it down to you next. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. Fact is, Ella died, your mother inherited the house and some money. Now only a few days later, your own mom died. That is awful. You are the heir of your mother and you inherited everything from your mother. That includes the house and money from Ella. I think that Ella's children are very strange. After all, had they called you as well if your mom had died in 2026? It is really strange to try to claim somebody else's inheritance. Not the asshole. The house would have been left to you anyway. Now I get their point and I think you would feel the same way in their shoes, but that money is yours fair and square. The question is what your mom would have done if she knew she didn't have much time left. Would she have put Ella's kids in the will? Not the asshole. It was given to you. It's not like you stole it. Not the asshole. They're being greedy. Ella children are being vultures and greedy. They know you will be mentally weak while you are still grieving for your mom, and now is easy for them to guilt trip you and harass you. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. Keep it. I've learned the hard way that people do with their wills what they want. My uncle died and everyone I talked to at the funeral said my sister and I would be a shoe-in for his inheritance. Nope, left it all to his long-term girlfriend. When my sister died, she left it to her best friend. Look, you can write a will all sorts of ways. If she had wanted to, she could have left the house to your mother only if your mother was alive, and then to her kids if she wasn't. But she chose to leave the house to your mother or to your mother's children if your mother had passed. Not the asshole. The house is yours now. Meet with a state attorney to finalize transfer of ownership. Discuss how the family may remove family items from the house. Don't talk with the family. You also need to make out a will and durable power of attorney. You ignore those greedy kids. Legally and morally the inheritance is yours. Get a good lawyer if need be. And keep them out of the house. Not the asshole. Money brings out the absolute worst in people. You said that you ran errands between the two women and you obviously spent time with Ella. You may not have had the same relationship with her that your mom did, but you knew each other. More importantly, Ella knew your situation, and I suspect that part of the reason she left these things to your mom was to ensure that she could take care of you as a single mother. You are not being greedy and you are not the asshole. Take the inheritance and use it well. Not the asshole. If there is anything in the house that holds sentimental value for her children, it would be nice of you to offer that to them, but otherwise you are all in the clear here. Yes, it was meant for your mom, but it would eventually have been passed on to you anyway. X200B edit to add my sincerest condolences for your loss. I can't imagine how devastated you must be. Pro tip: don't let the people trying to screw you out of money gaslight you into feeling like an AH. Not the asshole. I'm not declaring AH or not AH. But let's reverse it. Your mom wrote a will giving her good friend neighbor some stuff money. Again, both women pass around same time, so the neighbor's children get what your mom willed the neighbor. How would you feel? So sorry for your loss. Nah. Sounds like a tough time for everyone. They have the right to ask, and you have the right to refuse, but I think the charitable thing to do would be to split it.